Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
We begin tonight with breaking news. Troopers with the Minnesota State Patrol are trying to figure out what led to a two-car crash in Hitterdal this afternoon. The details are very slim at this hour, but troopers say the crash happened between a car and semi at the intersection of Highway 32 and Front Street around 3. The semi driver is believed to be okay. However, the driver of the car was taken to the hospital with what's believed to be serious injuries. Meanwhile, just north of there, 2 people are dead following a crash between a semi and car in Polk County. It happened this afternoon at the intersection of County Road 46 and 270th Street Southwest. Officials say a man was heading west in his car when he didn't stop for a semi that was traveling down the county road. The driver of the semi was not hurt, but the 36-year-old driver, along with a passenger in the car, were killed in the crash. Investigators are sifting through the details now. A West Fargo mom reached out to our whistleblower hotline after no trespassing signs were posted on the practice fields behind Liberty Middle School in West Fargo. She's wondering why taxpayer-funded land was not open to the public. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley talked with school officials today who say it's not exactly what it seems.
It's only been a week since these signs were staked down, but West Fargo school officials say they were supposed to be in place much earlier, saying they originally requested the signs back in June, all to help fight the overuse of both the soccer and football fields. But the signs had parents in the neighborhood wondering what the deal was. Some telling me their kids were bummed they couldn't go to the field anymore. But West Fargo Schools says that's not the case, saying, quote, "The signs in no way are meant for individual stakeholders or small groups of neighborhood kids that are looking for a green space." Adding police will not be called on kids playing on those fields. Instead, they say the signs are to remind local coaches and organizers to get in touch with West Fargo schools before having any practices or games, because officials didn't always know who was using their fields, as not everyone was asking for permission first, making the new signs the best form of communication for all. In West Fargo, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
Officials with West Fargo schools say the signs will be permanent to hopefully keep the fields in better shape down the road. And as mentioned, this story came to us through our whistleblower hotline. If you need help dealing with an issue in your community, call our whistleblower hotline at 701-237-6576 and leave your tip. A member of our investigative team will get on the case and go to work to expose the truth. We've been dealing with a cloudy day with some sprinkles here and there. Let's get the latest with Hutch in your no-wait weather. Hutch, how's the rest of our evening shaping up?
Melanie, quieter. We started the day out with some showers of rain and nothing too heavy, 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch for many that got rain. Temperatures, though, they've struggled throughout the day with the clouds across the region. We have upper 30s in the Devil's Lake Basin, the James River Valley, and closer to 40 to 45 elsewhere, so nothing too hot. Satellite shows the clouds are here to stay, but the rain has exited into eastern Minnesota. Your planning forecast shows temperatures staying in the 40-degree range through the evening with decreasing wind speeds from the northwest. Will be cloudy and in the upper 30s up north where we're melting a little bit more snow. The impact of our storm system continues to be an issue. We'll have details on a much drier stretch of weather heading our way. And it all begins on your hump day. I'll have your forecast in hour-by-hour style in a few minutes.
Okay, Hutch, thank you. Officials in Wadena County want to warn you about a high-risk sex offender that will soon call that area his home. 28-year-old Luma Sakia Patterson will be released into the community on October 24th. Authorities say he went up to a random woman in public and eventually raped her. Patterson will be living in the 150,000 block of 129th Avenue. Moorhead police are asking for your help finding a missing 13-year-old. Joshua Newmeyer was reported as a runaway on September 25th. He's about 5'7" with brown eyes and brown hair. He's expected to still be in the Fargo-Moorhead area, and anyone with information is urged to call the Red River Dispatch Center at the number right on your screen. We are hours away from the fourth Democratic debate, and for the first time, a dozen candidates will be on the stage together. Tonight, the presidential hopefuls are meeting just outside of Columbus, Ohio, and Natalie Brand is there with a preview.
A dozen candidates will crowd the stage at Otterbein University in Westerville, Ohio, battling for an edge with voters in this key 2020 state.
If I am your president, next president, I'm going to build on the squeaky clean, transparent environment that we had in the Obama-Biden White House.
This will be the first meeting of President Trump's challengers since Congress began its impeachment inquiry, and the first debate since Senator Elizabeth Warren emerged as a frontrunner in some early state polls. Otterbein Associate Professor Latrice Washington says that could make Warren a target.
She needs to recognize that now that she shifted into that role, they're going to all guns are blazing for her.
Tonight, Warren and Biden are once again center stage, with Senator Bernie Sanders making his first major appearance since suffering a heart attack.
President Trump carried Ohio by 8 points in 2016, but here in Westerville, a suburb of Columbus, the community has been trending blue.
Voter Patricia Canau says she's looking for a candidate who can reach the working class.
How they appeal to the common person, to the middle class person, and also the people that are not making a lot of money.
Her friend Karen Kursak is an independent voter, still undecided.
I would like to see the candidates focus on the issues and quit bashing each other and the current administration.
But deep political divisions are on clear display around the debate site in a longtime battleground state with a history of picking presidents. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Westerville, Ohio.
The debate will also feature low-tier candidates like New York entrepreneur Andrew Yang and billionaire activist Tom Steyer. Meanwhile, U.S. troops have been on the move in northern Syria. The Trump administration has announced plans to withdraw all 1,000 American troops remaining in northern Syria. In the last 2 days, U.S. military vehicles were spotted traveling on the highways in that region. The Turkish president signaled yesterday that Turkey aims to drive Kurdish-led fighters from northern Syria. The officer who's accused of shooting and killing a 28-year-old woman in her own home Saturday morning has been charged with murder. The arrest comes after Officer Aaron Dean resigned yesterday morning. Officer Dean could be seen on his body cam video shouting, "Put your hands up, show me your hands," before shooting the victim through the window of her home. He never identified himself as a police officer. Concerning numbers when it comes to the number of cases of e-cigarette or vaping-related illnesses confirmed in North Dakota, the Department of Health has confirmed 3 cases in the northeastern part of the state, indicating a potential cluster. Reported symptoms include cough, fatigue, dizziness, headache, and difficulty breathing, sometimes requiring intensive care. The health department has received 7 confirmed, 5 probable, and 3 suspected reports of severe respiratory illness in patients with a history of vaping use. People across North Dakota experiencing symptoms or who have a history of vaping or e-cigarette use should call the North Dakota Health Department. You can find that on our website, valleynewslive.com. Nearly $500,000 in grant money is going towards investing in North Dakota's drug court. Officials with the state say the money will help provide evaluations of programs and train more team members. It's a 3-year grant to support drug court services across the entire state. 2 major construction projects are wrapping up in the FM area. Cheyenne Street is putting the finishing touches on its final phase of the 2-year project. The second phase focused heavily on the I-94 interchange, and there are now 2 separate ramps to enter Cheyenne Street from the interstate. Cheyenne Street is now 4 lanes from 32nd Avenue to 40th Avenue and includes sidewalks, traffic signals, and street lighting. Main Avenue in downtown Fargo is also getting an update. The city of Fargo just finished its first phase of the 2-part project. Commuters will now have access to the roundabout on 2nd Street South and Main Avenue. This project was focused around easing traffic flow coming into downtown and making it easier for people to walk around. The second phase of the Main Avenue construction will begin in 2020. This phase will center around the stretch between Broadway and North University Drive.